We got to talk about some tactics and some individuals and all that. I want to start on the back line. Obviously, we'll get to actually no. Let's start on the front line. We got to talk about Vini, Rodrygo, and Valverde.
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
When Benzema's healthy, Rodrygo's your starting winger, and Valverde has to go into the middle.
I agree. And once we get Vini, Benz, and Rodrygo as the starting three, bro, I don't really know of a better front three than that in Europe, honestly. Like because once we get Benz back, Rodrygo and Vini running off both sides of him, doing all the work rate. All three of them
I
are
say
clinical.
City has better front line.
City is just Holland. Let's not talk about. Let's not get too off track. But once you have Vini, Benzema, Rodrygo, three players, clinical, three players, extremely technical, three
I wouldn't
players.
put Rodrygo in clinical yet. He's getting
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Conversion rate.
He's getting
conversion rate.
Here we go with conversion. Okay.
Anyways, I think honestly, Valverde is amazing. We've already covered this before. Vini has become a superstar last year. Rodrygo is really proving to be undroppable. I don't really see, but yeah, I completely agree with what you said. Even with Benzema back, Rodrygo's a starter. Valverde has a drop to the middle. Tony Kroos and Modric are gonna have to switch on and off and share minutes. But yeah, I'm very happy with the front three. And I also noticed, like, whenever teams press up on Madrid, it's a triple threat for a counterattack on the top. You can hit Vini long. I see Militao always looking for the long ball for Vini and Rodrygo, and Valverde could spring on a counter at any moment too. It's like the triple threat.
Honestly,
is crazy.
Even more than that, Ben's in the middle. You can hit him. He has a good hold to play, and he has great vision, great build-up play.
Or he could flick it on to
that's what I was about to say. Yeah, he has great build-up play. So like he controls, flicks, or just flicks onto the two wingers that are running on. With that front three, I really think that with Vini on the left, Rodrygo on the left, and Ben's in the middle, it's if you guys can continue playing the way you did today, like imagine adding Benz to the mix today. What would that have looked like?
I agree. And I think also part of the reason the last few performances that you're claiming that we're not playing well, part of the reason is that it's
the whole season. It's the whole season.
But part of the reason is, like, we are missing Benzema. Benzema hasn't been playing well. He hasn't started the season well. So once Benzema gets in form, maybe that will be enough for Madrid to please you aesthetically on your eyes for you to admit that Madrid.
It's not about aesthetically.
Anyways, this is becoming a trend for Valverde. It's like, as a dribbler, he is such a strong dribbler. And once he gets going, he's just on a different gear than everybody else. And then also I want to give out a shout out for Tchouaméni. Beautiful assist. I think that's his second or third assist of the season so far. Definitely, like, Madrid's not even thinking about Casemiro right now. We got our guy. And then Rodrygo with a clinical finish on the half volley. That goal was a work of art.
And honestly, that was honestly where my comment from Rodrygo has to start came from, is that the fact that we haven't seen. Rodrygo has been very instrumental in building Madrid's chances, but we don't really often see him in front of goal. But the fact that he's, from when he just broke onto the scene with Madrid to that finish that he had today, it's like night and day. It's a completely different picture, and it seems like, at least in terms of finishing, he's matured so much quicker than Vini had when he was having his finishing woes.
I don't think Rodrygo never had a problem with the end product.
Okay, fine, but we never saw him really in front of goal too often. So it just, we hadn't really gotten that comparison, but Vini did, and maybe we didn't see Rodrygo in front of goal too much, maybe because of playing time or whatever. But honestly, at this point, put him on the field, start him, put Valverde in the middle, because Valverde is a brilliant creator, brilliant midfielder. And Rodrygo, he's making a statement, in my opinion, with this goal going forward. If he can keep
Rodrygo scores in a lot of big games. He's a big game player.
And he scores as a sub. So imagine if you're starting him. Put that kid in the starting lineup.
I'm 100% agreeing with you. And speaking on the starting line, before we run out of time here, I did want to talk about that back line.
I also wanted to, yeah.
You already know, I told you, the best center back pair that we have, and I think Ancelotti thinks this too, is Militao and Alaba. I thought Militao played very well. Obviously, we always have to rely on Courtois for big saves. And Mendy always starts the big games on the left back. So I think there's no question right now. Ancelotti's favorite back four is Mendy, Militao, Alaba, and Carvajal. And this is what I'm saying. This is the same back line that brought us success last year. That's why Rudiger is gonna be a big role. Even when Rudiger came in the second half, he was as a left back, and I think really the only reason he brought him in was because he was anticipating an onslaught of set pieces and crosses. So he wanted to get Rudiger's big body in there to be able to repel those attacks. But other than that, I mean, Rudiger is a great player and he'll have his role, but it's going to be really hard for him to bench Militao.
Sure, I don't disagree with you there. What do you mean by he was anticipating an onslaught of set pieces?
Like because
why would he anticipate that?
Because the game was 2-0 and Atleti was just pouring bodies forward, and Atleti, like, they're a set piece team. They do a lot of set pieces. They throw a lot of crosses into the box. Honestly, in the first half, a lot of the sustained pressure from Atleti was just by set pieces, being able to continually get set pieces over and over. So then you're expecting already those crosses into the box. You'd much rather have Rudiger in there than Mendy to get those out of there.
Okay, I understand that. And then my second question to you, based on your statement, before we want to run out of time. So I agree with you. I think that that's probably your strongest back line. And, you know, we've been going back and forth for the last few weeks, blah, blah, blah. I think we've mostly ended up on the same page. I've just asked you about how you feel with the different, you know, lines
I
that
feel
you
great.
guys have had. No. I mean, like, I've asked you how you have felt about the different kind of lineups in the back that you guys have had.
I haven't changed my opinion. Haven't changed.
Okay, dude, you got it, dude. Okay. No, but what I'm saying is, so going forward though, like looking into the future, you guys are gonna have to replace Carvajal as a right back, and you guys don't really have anyone there.
That's our most urgent piece of business that we have to do. I think.
So like this season, I think no problem, but you know, actually maybe when it comes to rotations.
I mean, Vasquez is for like La Liga, for La Liga,
he's viable.
Yes. You can put Vasquez in there, yeah.
I agree, but you know, even Carvajal, like you're gonna put him in for the big games, which I agree with. But you know, he's getting older. He has slowed down. We've seen him get burned on that right side. So going forward, like I don't know, like if you were to like think about like realistic possible replacements, who would you like?
Like if I could have my pick of the right backs.
Pick of the litter. But like realistically,
Reece James.
That's realistic because you know he's been on a contract for a while, so you guys.
But I think he just extended with Chelsea. So
okay, so not realistic anymore.
I would love to still have Hakimi. You know, Hakimi would also.
Yeah, but y'all sold them.
Well, we sold him, and we're not going to get him back anytime soon. But anyway, for this season, I think Real Madrid is good, barring an injury to Carvajal, which would be a big problem. But also the thing is, like, we still have the January window, so you never know.
That's
like
true.
It's not completely set in stone until the end. But I do think, like, for Madrid, the most important pieces that we need to get in is Benzema's backup and Carvajal's replacement. Yeah.